really hard being the muse of the whole album.
What inspires me the most when I write music? Probably my ex-girlfriend.
Welcome back to Celebrity Hotline, your front row seat to the drama, secrets, and breaking news from Hollywood's biggest stars. If it's trending, shocking, or too juicy to ignore, you'll hear it here first. Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez's story is one of those rare celebrity romances that felt bigger than life itself. It wasn't just two young stars dating, it became a cultural phenomenon that shaped an entire generation. To understand why people became so invested in them, you have to go back to the very beginning, when Justin was just stepping into worldwide fame and Selena was making her own name in Hollywood. Justin was a teenager who had risen from YouTube videos to global stardom almost overnight. His breakout hit Baby in 2010 wasn't just popular, it turned him into a teen idol. Millions of fans were suddenly following every move he made. He had the kind of fame most people only dream of, but behind the screaming crowds and flashing cameras, he was still a kid looking for something real. He craved connection, someone who would see him not as a superstar, but as a boy trying to figure out life. Selena Gomez was on her own journey to stardom. She was already known as the sweet Disney Channel actress from Wizards of Waverly Place. She carried herself with grace, kindness, and an energy that made her feel approachable. While Justin was known as the young heartthrob, Selena represented stability and warmth. When their paths crossed, it almost felt like destiny. The pop sensation and the Disney princess. Fans immediately took notice. Even before they officially became a couple, Justin had spoken about Selena in interviews, shyly admitting he thought she was cute. Selena responded with equal sweetness, calling him adorable. These little exchanges caught attention, and soon enough, rumors started swirling. When they finally began spending more time together, the sparks were impossible to ignore. By 2011, they made their relationship public, confirming what so many people had already been hoping for. Once they were together, it was as if the world couldn't look away. Their relationship had all the magic of a movie. Justin was not shy about showing how much Selena meant to him. One of the most iconic gestures came when he rented out the entire Staples Center just so they could have a private movie night watching Titanic. Selena later said it was one of the sweetest things anyone had ever done for her. It was the kind of romantic move that most people only dream about, and it showed just how deeply Justin was invested in making her feel special. But Justin's devotion wasn't just about big gestures. He showed his love in everyday ways too. At red carpets and public events, he would hold her hand tightly, his face lit up with joy. Paparazzi photos captured countless moments of him whispering in her ear at basketball games, making her laugh or gazing at her like she was the only person that mattered. Fans pointed out that Justin seemed softer, more affectionate, and almost protective when he was with her. It was clear that Selena wasn't just his girlfriend, she was at the center of his world. Of course, young love in the spotlight isn't easy. The world was watching their every move, every kiss, every hug, and every argument made headlines. For two teenagers still growing up, the constant pressure of fame mixed with the intensity of first love created a roller coaster of emotions. They broke up for the first time in 2012, only to reunite again, then split once more in 2014. It became an on and off cycle that lasted for years. Justin himself admitted they couldn't let go of each other, no matter how messy things got. During this time, Justin's public image began to spiral. The immense fame, pressure, and lack of privacy started affecting him. He found himself constantly in the news, not just for his music, but for reckless behavior. He was arrested for DUI in 2014, accused of vandalizing property, and involved in heated arguments with paparazzi. His once squeaky clean image was turning chaotic. Selena, being close to him, was inevitably pulled into this storm. Years later, she admitted in an interview that she felt emotionally hurt during parts of their relationship, even describing it as emotionally abusive. Still, something about Justin's behavior towards Selena stood out. Despite all his reckless actions, he rarely spoke badly about her in public. If anything, he often sounded protective, even when they were apart. He admitted openly that he had made mistakes, even suggesting he had cheated, but he still called Selena his first real love. He didn't hide the fact that she had left a permanent mark on his life. His music during these years reflected the deep impact Selena had on him. Songs like What Do You Mean?, Where Are You Now?, and Sorry weren't just hits. They were emotional outpourings of regret, confusion, and longing. Listeners could feel the vulnerability in his lyrics, the way he used music to express what he couldn't always say directly to her. One of the most unforgettable moments came in 2015, when Justin sang My Girl at a hotel bar while Selena watched. Witnesses said he looked nervous, as if he was using every note to try and win her back. Selena smiled, blushed, and for a moment it felt like all their struggles faded away. Even with all the drama, Justin's actions towards Selena had a certain tenderness. He might have been reckless, but there was always this undercurrent of care in how he treated her. In 2017, after Selena had a kidney transplant, Justin was seen spending time with her again. They rode bikes together, and sources said they were even in therapy, trying to work through their complicated history. Hailey Baldwin was already in the picture at this time, which caused tension, but Justin still showed up for Selena in ways that made it clear she wasn't just a chapter in his past. She was someone he always considered worth fighting for. But by 2018, it became clear that their story had reached its final chapter. Selena was ready to move on, and Justin, though heartbroken, couldn't change her mind. Insiders described him as devastated, posting cryptic messages online and struggling to cope without her. Their love story, which had lasted nearly a decade, was officially over. It was the end of an era that millions of fans had grown up watching. Looking back, what made their relationship so significant wasn't just the romance itself, but the way it symbolized first love in its rawest form. Justin was young, passionate, and hopelessly devoted. He made mistakes, but his love for Selena was clear in everything he did. Even during their breakups, even through the chaos, he treated her with a softness that remained consistent. For fans, Selena wasn't perfect. It was messy, dramatic, and at times even toxic. But it was real. It showed the intensity of young love, how it can lift you up, tear you apart, and still linger long after it ends. And for Justin, Selena was not just a girlfriend from his past. She was the muse who inspired his music, the person who brought out his most vulnerable side, and the love he would never fully forget. This is why the next chapter in Justin's life felt so striking. Because when he moved on and married Hailey Baldwin, the version of him that the world saw was not the same one who had once been head over heels for Selena. The grand gestures, the public displays of affection, the constant reassurance, all of it seemed to disappear. The Justin who had once rented out an arena for a movie night, who sang his heart out just to make a girl smile, suddenly looked distant, colder, and less patient. And that contrast is what makes people continue to compare his two most important relationships. With Selena, he was the lovesick teenager who couldn't let go. With Hailey, he became the man who seemed tired, distant, and at times disconnected. It wasn't just about who he loved, but about how differently he loved them. Justin started showing up at church gatherings, volunteering, and even joining group Bible studies. This was different from his old lifestyle, where he was constantly surrounded by paparazzi and wild parties. He began seeking peace and stability. Pastors close to him mentioned how he would open up about his struggles, admitting that fame had left him empty. During this time, Justin met Hailey again, and their bond grew stronger. She too shared her faith openly and encouraged Justin to focus on personal growth instead of chasing distractions. Their relationship moved quickly, surprising many people. Some fans thought it was too fast, especially since Justin had only recently reconnected with Hailey after years of ups and downs. Others supported them, saying it was a fresh start for Justin. Hailey became a big part of his healing process, standing by him as he faced criticism and dealt with past mistakes. Their engagement came as a shock to the public, but Justin seemed determined to prove that this time he was serious about building a stable future. Even though their marriage was celebrated by many, not everyone believed it would last. Justin's complicated past with Selena always lingered in the background. Fans constantly compared Hailey to Selena, creating pressure that weighed heavily on their relationship. Hailey often faced online bullying, with people calling her names and questioning her worth. Still, she tried to rise above it and present a strong image of support for Justin. Behind the scenes, though, things weren't always as smooth. Justin continued to struggle with mental health challenges. He openly admitted to battling depression, anxiety, and even past drug use. Being in the spotlight only made things worse, as every small issue in his marriage became a public debate. Hailey sometimes felt overwhelmed, but she stayed by his side. Their love story became both inspiring and controversial, as people debated whether Justin was truly ready for marriage or if he had rushed into it because of fear of being alone. At the same time, Justin tried to reinvent himself musically. His songs started reflecting deeper emotions, often touching on themes of love, pain, and healing. Fans noticed how his lyrics seemed connected to his real-life struggles. While some praised his honesty, others believed he was still trapped in his past, unable to fully move forward. Hailey became the symbol of his new life, while Selena remained a reminder of his history. This contrast kept fueling rumors and drama online, making it hard for Justin and Hailey to live a normal life. Despite everything, Justin spoke publicly about being grateful for Hailey. He often said she was his safe place, someone who helped him deal with fame and pressure. But Hailey also admitted in interviews that marriage wasn't easy. She said it required patience, forgiveness, and constant effort. Many fans respected her honesty, but some continued to doubt their relationship. Every time Justin made a cryptic post or looked distant in public, speculation grew. Was he still haunted by his past, or was it just the normal stress of being in the public eye? The couple kept pushing forward, attending events together, posting affectionate pictures, and supporting each other's projects. Yet the online drama never fully disappeared. Selena's name often trended alongside theirs, keeping the love triangle alive in the media. This constant comparison tested their patience, but Justin and Hailey continued to show a united front. Even so, whispers of trouble never stopped, leaving fans wondering what was really happening behind closed doors.
Justin's cryptic behavior has sparked endless debates, with fans splitting into two camps, those who think he's shading Hailey, and those who think he's secretly reminiscing about Selena. Both theories carry weight because Justin's life has been shaped by both women in very different ways. His marriage to Hailey was sudden, almost rushed, and while he has often defended their relationship, his body language and words sometimes hint at lingering doubts. Meanwhile, Selena represents a first love that ended in heartbreak but continues to shadow his every move. The internet magnifies all of this, turning even the smallest post into a battleground for fans to argue about who he truly loves. Hailey, for her part, is also aware of the noise. She has previously admitted that the constant comparisons to Selena have affected her mental health. She once said that it feels like people want to see her fail, as if they can't accept her as Justin's wife. This public pressure, combined with Justin's occasional ambiguous posts, makes their marriage feel constantly under scrutiny. If Justin is posting captions that fans interpret as digs, Hailey has to live with the fallout, even if that wasn't his intention. It's an exhausting cycle where silence is almost impossible, because every word gets dissected. Selena, meanwhile, stays on the sidelines, often refusing to engage in the drama. She's built her brand on self-love and healing, which has only strengthened her public image. Every time Justin and Hailey stumble, Selena's reputation seems to grow, because she is framed as the one who escaped the chaos. This creates a lopsided narrative, where Selena is idolized, Hailey is criticized, and Justin is stuck in the middle, unable to escape his past. Even when Selena posts something unrelated, people twist it into a response to Justin, showing how entangled their names still are. The truth is, Justin's struggles go beyond his marriage or past relationships. He has been open about his battles with mental health, depression, and the pressures of fame. Sometimes his cryptic posts might not even be about Hailey or Selena. They might just be outlets for his inner turmoil. But because of his history, fans automatically connect the dots back to his love life. This constant spotlight makes it hard for him to express himself without being misunderstood. What might just be a random caption quickly turns into front-page drama. The cycle will likely continue as long as Justin, Hailey, and Selena remain in the public eye. Each move they make is magnified and analyzed, turning their private struggles into public entertainment. Justin's shirtless photo and caption may not have been aimed at anyone, but the timing, his history, and the internet's obsession with his relationships created the perfect storm for speculation. Whether intentional or not, Justin has once again reminded the world that he can't escape the love triangle narrative, and that every word he shares carries weight far beyond what he may have intended. Some fans also noticed the timing of Justin's post. It came just a few days after Hailey had shared a photo from a Vogue photo shoot, where she was styled in a way that reminded many of Selena Gomez's past fashion choices. Critics suggested that Justin may have been frustrated with the constant comparisons between his wife and his ex. Instead of addressing it directly, he chose to make a statement through his shirtless photo and its suggestive caption. Others believe Justin might simply be going through a personal struggle that has nothing to do with Hailey or Selena. His history of mental health challenges is no secret, and he has often used social media as a way to vent or express feelings indirectly. For some, this latest post was just another example of Justin wrestling with emotions he couldn't fully put into words. Still, the impact on Hailey was undeniable. Fans noticed that she went unusually quiet on Instagram right after Justin's post, which only fueled speculation that there may have been tension between them. Some even pointed out that she didn't like or comment on the photo, something she usually does for her husband's posts. This silence was loud enough to get people talking, suggesting that even if Justin didn't intend to hurt her, the message may have landed closer to home than he expected. Thanks for tuning in to Celebrity Hotline. We're here to keep you plugged into the hottest celebrity stories and exclusive updates. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a call from Hollywood's inside scoop. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about today's drama? Stay connected because the next big headline could break any minute, and you know we'll have it right here on Celebrity Hotline.